Maybe we should redo the picture. I know how time is. I tried to come by.
My purse is this lady to hold, so don't let me forget.
I won't let you forget either. I'm not going to want to hold it forever.
Was it 7:30?
Really tall.
Thank you.
On this side, safely today. It's going to be a very nice art, very original. So the theme is going to be about fashion. Oh yeah.
Excuse me. Camera check 1. 1, 2. Camera check 1.
Okay.
You're good to go.
Okay. Hey, thank you all for being here. I'm Rodney Ellis. I want to ask the other speakers to come up and join us, and Dr. Babin, because it adds to the visual, and some of our friends from the Downtown Houston Association. Aljanita, just beg your folks to come on up. Nick Medina, you help with this, and the artists. I know you all are bashful if you get tired, but come on up here so they'll see you a little bit. Let your followers. I know we politicians take credit for everything, but the one famous Texas politician said once, it was George Bush, when he got into painting, there's a little Picasso in every one of us, but don't bank on it. Stick with the professionals. In Harris County, we believe that public art has the ability to inspire change. My office has made public art an integral part of our efforts to celebrate the diverse community, culture, and history we're all so proud of. And we are very proud to put forward the funds, or some of the funds, to help create this incredible art. I appreciate other supporters, the Downtown Houston Association, for the work that they do, Central Houston, on so many of these projects, and I want to thank them publicly. And also our friends at Exxon Pipeline, I want to thank them as well. Nick Medina is here. Big Art, Bigger Change started in 2022 when we unveiled 10 large-scale murals across downtown Houston. We always aim to reflect all 17 United Nations Sustainability Development Goals that address our vision of a more equitable and sustainable world with murals across downtown Houston. These 3 new murals that we unveiled today bring us closer to achieving that goal. Technically, we're unveiling 2 today because with climate change, we had a few issues with the weather. And that 3rd mural, which is at 5th Ward, will start later on today. Big Art, Bigger Change murals are art with a purpose. They address climate change, green energy and innovation, human rights, education for all, and social equity, among other issues. So this is more than just creating a culture of public art or transforming downtown into a fine art museum. It's also about framing these vital issues in ways that speak to the public and convey them without words. This mural is about clean air. Everyone deserves to breathe, and they deserve to breathe clean air. But our region has some of the dirtiest air in the country. Houston ranks 6th in the nation for air pollution, according to The Guardian. Because one of our artists happens to live a little closer to London than to Texas, we decided we'd get that statistic from The Guardian. And it's our communities of color that have borne the brunt of lax regulations and corporate recklessness for far too long. In the most polluted census tracts in Houston, 80% of the people are residents of color. The toxic air exacerbates and worsens existing health disparities. We see higher rates of childhood asthma, lung disease, and other illnesses in these communities. The painful truth is that polluters count on environmental justice communities and their elected officials not to fight back. The bottom line depends on dumping waste in your backyard and putting pollutants in our water and putting concrete dust in our lungs. Thankfully, it's a new day in Harris County. And Commissioner's Court and the County Attorney's Office recognize the importance of using our offices to advocate for environmental justice and public health by installing air monitors, moving the county towards electric vehicles, and establishing a climate action plan, the first county in Texas to do so. This mural indicates that fight and Harris County's commitment to standing up for vulnerable communities is real. This mural is an important one, and it joins a series. Tebow's going to speak later, and if my math is right, these 2 murals that are completed today will put us at 35 in total.
45 in downtown, 38 in Houston.
35 in downtown, 38 in Houston. I want to recognize the artists here with us who helped create that vision through this artwork. I'll let Tebow and Audrey talk about them and other artists and works in turn, but their diverse range of experience and vast array of talent reflect the diversity of our community and our planet. Houston and Harris County share our love for art with the world, and the world has made our art more beautiful. Thanks again to everyone who came together to transform downtown Houston into this beautiful open-air museum. I know the people across Harris County will continue to enjoy these murals for decades to come. And with that, I want to bring up Thibaut and Audrey.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Thibaut Decker, and with Audrey right here,
Hello.
we are the co-founders of a nonprofit called Street Art for Mankind, a nonprofit that tours the world to create big murals to stop people in their day-to-day and inspire them, but inspire them with a purpose. The idea of what we do is to talk about social and environmental topics and include the people, get them the tools to act. So those beautiful walls that you see, and yes, 35 in downtown today, are all actually recognized by an app called Behind the Wall, which is a free app that you can download, and you can actually listen to them and use it like an audio guide. And this is where you'll get a bit more, I would say, of the content. You'll get the artist speaking actually about their piece, but you'll get also an opportunity to act. And we'll give you tools, we'll give you elements, and this is what we do basically, is art with a purpose, with the idea of getting everybody together, uniting, and giving the possibility for people to act. In a few words, so we
Is
are...
that bigger change you want to talk about?
Of course. So this series of Big Art, Bigger Change that we started actually 3 years ago is now with this 35th mural in downtown. And we're today inaugurating 2 of the walls, one that you see behind us, the other one being on the juvenile detention center. You want to
Yeah, I
speak
can
a bit more?
explain more
Yeah.
about them, yeah, sure. So this mural behind us is called When Tomorrow Comes. And our goal is that when tomorrow comes, our children can breathe clean air. The inspiration behind this mural, so you may wonder, okay, why did they decide to talk about clean air? Well, clean air is essential. We have to know that 1% out of 9 dies every year because of air pollution. There is nearly 7 million people who die every year because of air pollution. These numbers are according from the United Nations Environment Program, and for those who know us, they are one of our great partners. So this is a real issue. This is a crucial issue that we need to fight. As Commissioner Ellis was mentioning earlier, this affects particularly underserved and minority of colors, and also this is a key issue in Houston. Nevertheless, and however, there is hope, and there is work that the communities are doing everywhere, especially in Houston, for example, Harris County working on the climate action plan to find solutions. So what is the mural and who is behind this mural? So the artist behind this is the incredible Beth, who is right here.
hiding behind me?
So Beth is an incredible artist from Poland, and he's he's a co-founder of Etam Crew. And just very briefly about Etam Crew, they are actually the inventors of graffiti in Poland, and they are instrumental in the development of graffiti and street art in Europe. And we are very proud to bring Beth here because this is his first mural, the first mural of Etam Crew right here in Houston. So this is very, very special. And so regarding the mural per se, you may wonder, so why is she wearing a scarf? And I know that Beth wanted to say very, very few words, so I will give you a little bit of an insight. So the idea is this beautiful young woman, you see the clouds because it represents pollution, and the scarf is representing her as an activist fighting against pollution. The neat thing is that you may see on the scarf there are flowers, and the flowers are about, talking about fresh air. And there is also a little wink, is that Harris County actually has been working on bringing, grasses free and having white flowers coming back. And the inspiration, the idea was to bring flowers because white flowers that grow back in Houston, when we can breathe air pollution, are beautiful. So I will invite now maybe Beth just to say hello, if you will.
Yeah. Hello, thank you for coming.
And congratulations, Beth, for the beautiful mural. You may wonder what is this sign over here, and maybe Thibaut, you wanted to talk about the sign in the middle of the dress. This is your logo, yeah. This is the logo of Etam Crew. So we are very proud that Beth, included the logo because it shows how, the pride behind the mural. So there are another mural we're going to unveil today. So I will turn to Commissioner Ellis to ask, do you want me to talk about it right now? All right. So this second one is also very, very dear to our heart and very, very special. This is about John Biggers. So we have actually a John Bigger mural series. And for that series, what we did is that we had some crazy interviews that we did, you know, and let me just briefly introduce you to the two artists, which are Alex Arzou and Jairus, who are behind the incredible mural, The Return, that you will see later. So just very briefly, because I think it's a little powerful. So the inspiration, you will see there are a few things. First, the mural you're going to see later on is inspired by hard work, by different inspiration, friendship, and also generosity. So for the Bigger Change, we met actually the people who were friends with John Biggers, who passed away, as you may know, died in 2001. So we met with Dr. Alvia Wardlow, who is working now, who is working at ESU, who's been working at ESU for a long time. And we met with Hodnall, who is an incredible photographer who also worked with John Biggers. And they told us, we were very fortunate because they told us their story, and you will be able to find their story also in the audio of Bigger Change. So what Dr. Wardlow was explaining is how Dr. Biggers actually was very generous because he was sharing all the sketches that he made when he went in Africa, and that was a very nice thing he'd been doing for the community. And also he was always sharing and a hard-working man, always working very hard on his painting. And what Hurley was sharing as a photographer is how he got access to the photo room of Dr. Biggers and how it inspired him. And also John Biggers was very much influenced by Africa, and this is something they both talked a lot about. And on the other hand, very briefly, you have the artist. And the artist, it's also about friendship, generosity, and hard work. Actually, the artists you see here, which are Jairus and Axel Voigt, they met on a previous... Alex Arzou, sorry. Jairus and Alex Arzou, they met actually on a previous session of Bigger Change where they were both doing murals, and they became friends. So working together on that mural was really special in terms of friendship and hard work, because they've been working like crazy on this huge twin stage for 10 days. So just to give you a sense that when you have generosity, hard work, and inspiration, there are beautiful things that are created. Now to talk about the mural, I think it's a little hard because we don't have it behind us, but we can talk about it later.
Anything else? We appreciate the work of Street Art for Mankind. I met them during the pandemic when they were doing the first massive mural. When they completed it, it was the largest mural in downtown Houston. We surpassed that now, I think, with the one on the Ballet Building. The next person you will hear from is the Harris County attorney, who's done a great job on environmental justice issues and just an all-around first-class lawyer who represents Harris County, the youngest one in the history of the state, and also the first African-American county attorney in Harris County, County Attorney Christian Menifee.
Thank you very much, Commissioner, for bringing us here today, and thank you for commissioning this beautiful piece. Thank you to the Street Art team, to Thibaut and Audrey. You know, I had the pleasure of meeting them when we did the Justice for All, the Eyes of Justice, and Lady Justice over in the County Attorney's Office building. And of course, thank you to the artists for this incredible piece. I'm here today because a large part of what we do is environmental work, and I think the beauty of this mural is about awareness, right? There are people every day in our communities who wake up who have higher instances of asthma, of heart disease, of lung disease, because they live in a community that is overburdened with facilities that dirty our air. Yeah, most people in Harris County wouldn't know that right now there's a company trying to put a concrete crushing plant across the street from a hospital. Just on the way here, I got a text message from one of our residents out in Fifth Ward about testing for the cancer cluster that's going on out there that is the result of creosote contamination in our communities. So what I most love about this mural is that people walking by will begin to understand the collective struggle that we have across the city of Houston and Harris County, being one of the birthplaces of the environmental justice movement. And so it's incumbent upon not just our elected officials, not just the fantastic artist team, but every single resident of Harris County to make sure we're doing everything that we can to ensure that our communities have clean air and clean water. And the commitment for me is to keep doing that. So thank you all for this fantastic piece, and I hope that when people look at this, they will see the struggles of Aldine, they'll see the struggles of Manchester, they'll see the struggles of Fifth Ward, and the other vulnerable communities that we have who are fighting for clean air and clean water. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Christian Menifee. I want to thank the 2 congressional officers who are here today, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, we're in her district, I believe, and also Congressman Al Green. Chris Larson is not here now, but he has his able representative, Ann. Is that all right? Hope I don't put you on the spot. Come on up. They do such a great job with all of these murals and really revitalizing downtown. Thank you for being here, Ann Taylor.
Thank you and welcome everyone to downtown. I do represent Downtown Houston Plus, and that's the family of organizations who care for downtown, who keep it clean and welcoming and beautiful. It has been our distinct honor to get to support the passion and the vision that Harris County Commissioner Ellis and all of our partners have brought to this endeavor to make downtown an even more beautiful place. I'm going to put a brief plug in for everybody. If you go to downtownhouston.org, downtownhouston.org, and you can go to experience, we have a designated spot on our website for big art, bigger change. And it helps to also educate about the backstory behind all of these murals. The artists have incredible stories. The artwork has an incredible story, every single mural. And I love that we have our transit going by while we're talking about clean air, because the more that we use our public transportation, the more we're doing for clean air. But anyway, thank you so much for coming out today. Invite your friends, show off the murals. We're so proud to have this in our downtown. Downtown is for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ann. Look, I want to thank myself. Alex, I guess you represent our entire staff. They do a great job. All of you on Precinct 1 staff, thank you so much. Give them a round of applause. I know I'm hard to put up with. I can't think of anybody harder to put up with than me other than maybe Street Art for Mankind. But they do a great job. At the last minute, a million things come up, but you all do a great job, and I'm so glad. I want to say to the folks with the Downtown Management District, I had the bright idea that I cooked up with Audrey and Tebow after taking them to my home to have dinner and doing a bike ride, that we do the first series after that one mural. And I think I said I would put up the money from Precinct 1 for half and ask them to put up the money for half, and they paid for all of them. Total Energy came in and I think paid for 3 that first round. And then on the second round, the city of Houston paid for 1 plus, a little more than 1, not quite 2. They run about, initially, they were about $25,000 per mural. Special circumstances like Lady Justice, because you have to come from the top, cost a bit more. These are about $30,000 per mural. The second one, make sure you just walk over. It's a beautiful day. It's worth the walk. You know, this is John Bigger's 100th birthday. And Tebow and Audrey have found my soft spot. You know, when I say I have other things that we need to invest in, if there's a wall where I can put a mural that is featuring a John Bigger's work, I'll probably do it. In fact, while we're out here, I'm looking at that other wall up there, since that is a county building now as well. But I appreciate David Hales. He handles the estate for the Biggers family, and he was kind enough to give us the rights to do the first mural and help. Nancy, he's passed the rights on to Texas Southern for the second one. Nicholas Medina is here. Nicholas Medina is with Exxon Pipeline, and I'd let him speak, but he's kind of wait. You want to say anything?
Oh, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, Nicholas does a great job. And I'm glad you're here because he's planning a bus ride, and Exxon Pipeline's gonna pay for it to look at all of the murals, and they wanted me to MC, but I think you could plan it west a little quicker. So I think we figured out we don't have to fly Audrey and Tebow back in here. With that, I'd be more than happy to answer any questions. I think our guy from the press may have left. I want you to, yes. I think art really gives us a way to connect. And as I said earlier, I believe in art with a purpose. So it's not just nice colors and an interesting picture, a beautiful picture. That's really to pull you in. So the real purpose of this is to create a dialogue, a discussion about important public policy issues. And to be honest with you, I happen to love going to museums, and I have to tell my friends in museums, unfortunately, more people will see this mural rolling down the street or one of those murals from a freeway than will ever go into a museum. And I hope that when they see it, it prods them to think. And we mentioned the app where you can just download it, and then you get a copy of the picture, and you'll have interesting people like Dr. Babin, who's head of Harris County Pollution Control, who'll be talking about the purpose of this mural. So really, I want to use art as a way of fostering a dialogue about important issues. Maybe I'll let Dr. Babin say something briefly, then the county attorney. And then we're going to walk to that other mural because I don't want to lose you all.
Good morning. To answer your question, I think that the dialogue that communities have about the impacts of pollution on them and their families is important. And to see something like this and to understand that a child in this picture is really important because children are mostly impacted heavily by contamination and pollution. So that's where the importance of families talking about this comes in.
And what I want families to know is that, it's up to you. We have to all work together. It can't just be local government. It can't just be state government. I've seen so many fierce fighters in the Fifth Ward neighborhood, in the Kashmir Gardens neighborhood. The cancer cluster was discovered because people in the community cried out. The measures that have been taken to shut down concrete batch plants are because people in the community have done the work. And so it's incumbent upon each and every community to do all you can to protect your community. And here in local government, we're going to work to help you to make that happen.
I hope people use these murals as a backdrop for press conferences. And you'd be amazed how much dialogue, even from the haters, it stimulates. And that's the purpose of this. Now look, it's a beautiful day. I know the night I've watched the other mural go up, the biggers, because our office is a block from it. So I think that's literally about an 8-block walk. I rode my bicycle to work this morning. I'll be 70 years old in April. So I think some of you all ought to walk as well. If you want to look as good as I do, when you're 70 years old, you better walk on down here with me. Thank you very much.